We are now live. Let's do this bad boy.
Are we? So I didn't see anything.
Ooh, I heard myself twice on that one.
Yeah, you have.
All right.
What's up, guys? This is
What is
Chris.
up?
This is Chris,
This is Ben.
and this is Two Dudes One Cup. Today we are talking about the beloved movie, The Boondock Saints. If you guys couldn't tell from the pretty little stuff I made, because I don't have anything else better to do with my life except work and all that other stuff.
Hey, man, your audio is cutting in and out, bud.
God damn it!
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I think it's just because my mic. I think it's noise gated, so we'll figure it out. It'll be all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
It's picking up for some reason. I can turn it up, like whatever. So yeah, we're talking about the Boondock Saints. Ben, go ahead and start us off.
You know, might honestly be me who's having the issues here. It seems like my headset's having trouble connecting or connecting. So, man, why don't you just kind of share some of your feedback of it, and I'll work on mine to get my headphones taken care of.
Of course.
We'll get this bad boy
So
knocked out of the park.
I have never seen this movie before. I I knew and have always known it's a cult classic. Everyone has talked about this movie for as long as I can remember. Um, First time that I've actually sat down and watched it. I have I enjoyed it a lot. Um, I think a lot of the characters were perfect. Um, I thought the actors that played all the characters were great. Um, I really don't have. I don't know. It's just one of those things where, like, whenever we're watching, and that first scene of the first movie with the two guys laid out, perfect. I thought it was perfect. Um, it grabbed my attention from the get go, and I don't like. For me, like I've tried watching that movie 1,000 times, over and over and over, and I don't know which parts I stumbled upon first, but it most certainly wasn't the beginning of the movie because as of like if I would have seen that beginning, I would have never not watched it. I thought it was awesome when they're in church doing all of that stuff. Still having issues?
A little bit, but I can hear you again now. So I think I might be good for a hot minute. So didn't hear a lot of what you said. You kind of cut in and out a little bit because of my audio settings. But I know just based off of what you and I talked about before, we both love the movie. I mean, that's probably the millionth time I've seen that movie. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I can't sing enough of its praise. Just everything from the casting to just the action scenes, how they weren't over the top. They were still, really grounded in reality. There wasn't a lot of holy crap, like there's no way in hell these guys could pull that off. It was just a lot of just really good filming, really good acting. The whole premise of the movie was just awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So let's get down to brass tacks. What was your favorite part of the movie?
You like so William Defoe was by far like crazy ass character. I don't remember his
Yeah,
character's name at all. I suck at shit like that, like remembering who's who and what's what. Um, I always forget. Um, his character throughout the whole movie was amazing.
yeah,
Um, from the beginning when he was being super weird and just kind of being a dick to the other police officers. But also at the same time, like knowing his shit. Like he knew his shit. He knew what the fuck was going on. It was very easy for him. Um, and the cockiness that he had towards the people that he was around, it was amazing.
yes,
I loved that shit. It was fucking hilarious. Again, like I just go get me a coffee. And I'm just like, fuck. And then later on, when he was talking about like, oh, bagel, and he's like, I'm not getting him a fucking bagel. And he was just like, yep, you're getting him a bagel. Like,
Yeah.
um, and then just the part towards the end where he dresses up as a woman to get those guys. It's that was a
I mean, I
very
love William Dafoe, but he was an ugly ass woman.
oh yeah,
I mean, that was just horrible. But I mean, it was still so cool. Like just to see him like take his acting to that point. Like if that would have been me in the movie, I would have been like, hey, you know what? I don't know. I don't really know if I want to be dressed as a woman. But it was just still really cool to see him just take his acting to that point. Michael Sleepy, what's up, bud? I saw your little comment on our live feed. What is up, bud? How are you? Yeah, no, I agree. I think his name was Paul Smecker.
yeah.
I
Paul,
saw your little comment on our live feed. What is Paul, I think it was Paul Maximilian Smecker. It was yeah, no, man, it was just great acting on his part, and that's before like I mean he was already kind of a cool guy, big deal, but then like that movie and then Spider Man really just kind of showcased everything he can do.
so
He can play the
was this before Spider-Man or after? Like, where does
um
like? Because again, like I'm dumb when it comes to like actors and actresses. Like, I don't know shit.
Spider-Man happened. The Spider-Man movie happened post 9/11 because I remember that they had a scene in Spider-Man where the Green Goblin was going to attack the two towers. I'm sorry, the Twin Towers. Two towers. We're not in Lord of the Rings. This is the Twin Towers, and they had to remove it because of 9/11. So Spider-Man happened after Boondock Saints.
Okay. I mean, and that kind of explains a lot. I think. Well, no, hold on. No, this Boondock Saints came out on January 22nd, 1999. So that was
Yeah,
before. Oh,
that
you
was
said
before Spider-Man.
Oh, you said
Yes.
Spider-Man came out. Okay, my bad. I fucking was not paying attention. I was paying attention, but I thought I'm an idiot. Okay, that makes a lot of sense though. And I mean, I guarantee part of this movie is what got him into Spider-Man because that crazy chaotic role that he had of being the Green Goblin. Like that shit was dope. It'd be nuts, and this made it like that much better. It was crazy. Um, Willem Dafoe, that was great acting all around. I love that
Yeah.
shit. Norman Reedus, obviously, I fucking love that dude. Huge Walking Dead fan. I remember when he was gonna be in Silent Hill, the video game. I mean, I've always been a huge fan, especially because of The Walking Dead. Um,
Yeah.
those were the only two actors I knew going into that movie, um, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The guy
Yeah.
that played what's with the J, the long haired dude. What was that guy's name?
David Della Rocco.
Was he the long one haired guy? The funny man?
Uh, yeah, the funny man, David Del
I
Rocco.
loved
That
him.
role was actually written specifically for the actor. Like they shared the name and everything. That
Oh,
role was
really?
made for him. Yeah.
Okay, I loved him in that. It was dope. I thought he was funny when he lost his finger. That shit was funny. It was just like the
Now
whole
we
thing.
here at Two Dudes One Cup do not endorse animal cruelty. However, it was funny as hell when they shot the cat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That yeah,
Well, the thing
that
for
was
me,
funny.
it happened so fast. I had no idea
I
what was
remember
going
your
on.
reaction. You were just like, "What the hell happened?
It's
What did
what
they
the fuck
shoot?"
just
I'm like, "The
happened.
cat."
Yeah, didn't even see it. It happened all. It all happened so fast. Um, but no, it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. Not the cat, but it's just like the movie. Um,
The moment was beautiful, except for the cat dying,
yeah.
obviously.
Um, what else? Who's? I mean, a lot of those mobsters, a lot of those scenes in that film, like you said earlier, um, it wasn't too like overly actiony, but it was like the perfect amount. And
It it almost felt like a detective movie at times. How they would show you the aftermath first, and then they would come and show you how you got there.
yeah,
So it kind of felt like I was watching a crime movie where William Dafoe is breaking everything down, and it's just like that really set the tone for number one, bringing in how good these guys were being at their newfound job of killing bad guys, and also showed you his talent of how well he could accurately like describe what they did and how they did it.
yeah. No, for sure, for sure. I get that 100%. A lot of the stuff that we have in that movie with the bickering between the two, like that shit was
Yeah,
funny. Like when they killed the 9 dudes or whatever,
yeah,
and they get tied up in the rope and they're just spinning upside down. I thought that shit was hilarious. Yeah, I thought that shit was funny. Um, because like for me and you, like I have two brothers. That's
yeah,
exactly what it would be like if we were to do something like that. And so it made it was funny to me. Like it was very very funny,
yeah,
very entertaining to see the least. So I appreciated that. Um, a lot of stuff like the symbolism and stuff in that movie was crazy. With
yeah,
the pennies on the eyes, like I thought that was
yeah,
dope. Um, there's some of the details they did go into this movie were like super simple, super like didn't really need to do it, but
yeah.
I'm glad they did.
Mhm.
Um, it was clever. It was clever to say the least. And like I said, I mean I've said it 3 times. I thoroughly enjoyed that movie a lot.
Yeah, coming in it again for like, like I said, like probably almost 100th time I watched this movie. It was just, again, really awesome to start watching it, get back into it. And then once we got done with the movie, I was immediately like, I just straight up looked at you and said, you know what, I'm probably going to buy part two right now. So sure enough, I'm on Amazon, I'm buying that movie. And then before long, I'm watching part two. And I actually finished part two the next day because of how much I just thoroughly enjoyed these movies. I mean, again, everything, the acting, the like you said, the bickering between Norman Reedus, Sean Patrick Flannery, it was great. It was awesome. It was just so it felt real. It felt organic. It felt like if you saw those two hanging out, that's probably how they would bicker.
Yeah, no, exactly. And like I said, we both have brothers. We know what that's like, and so it's fucking entertaining to say the least. Um, I love that part of it. I mean, there's a lot of things in that movie I liked a lot. Um, I'm trying to like pick out certain scenes that I enjoyed. When they were out front, when they killed that one guy, when their father first, before you knew it was his dad, but when he got first came out with the
Spoiler alert.
boy, yeah. If you haven't seen this movie, you're just like me. You deserve to get it ruined. Um,
Yeah, you have that opinion now. Now you see what the hype was all about.
yeah, no, I mean I get it. Whenever it's like, oh, it was 6 guys, 6 different guns. It was
Yeah,
really one guy. That whole scene right there with like just shit going everywhere, firefight, like it was dope. Like that was a whole that whole scene, um, in time coming up into it. It was cool as hell. Like it was fucking dope. Hi, Audie. Um, it was dope to watch that whole scene, the whole investigation behind it, and then also like the smarts behind them with like, oh, they're gonna spray ammonia all over it. Like
yeah.
what the fuck? Like who the fuck does that? You know?
Like,
Um,
who has that stuff ready for
yeah,
that?
exactly. And it
But
was
hey, if we ever go on a killing spree, now we know to bring ammonia with
ammonia
us.
for sure. Bring in ammonia. Um,
I'm pretty sure Audie already knew that though.
yeah, she's a fucking serial killer. Um, it's
What
scared
up,
of
Audie?
it's scared of the government.
Oh,
But
let's not get her last name. Uncle Sam may go after her.
yeah, he's already after her. He knows he's been giving her tips.
Yo, Jay, if you're still watching this, what's up, man? How you been? Good talking to you yesterday. But yeah, no, I agreed. I think that scene with the firefight was just so cool. Especially one thing I really liked about it was they they weren't afraid to hurt the main characters. Like they all got hit. Rocco lost a finger. Their brothers got shot in the shoulder and the leg. It was just they weren't afraid to hurt anybody.
Right, right. No, and that was cool about it. Like that's why again, I enjoyed it. It was
And I think
fun.
that they also kind of cemented the dad's legacy as like a badass character because yeah, he's one guy shooting 6 guns and he missed a lot of his shots, but he hit all three of them and they didn't land a single bullet on him. So it was like one person against all three of them. They couldn't get a hit off of him, but he got 3 hits off of them. So I thought that was super cool.
Yeah, no, it was dope as fuck.
And
And
I do like their like kind of like their little back room, emergency room. Whenever they start using the hot iron to cauterize the wounds and everything, I thought that was like, holy shit! Do I have the guts to go through that?
no, I don't. That's it sounds none of that sounds good at all. So, it was a fun little. It was cool. It was cool. I don't know. It was, I mean, it was good acting in that whole part because it was everything that happened in that part and that scene particularly. Like I was convinced. I was convinced myself. I was convinced. Um, so
So I guess the next question is, you're not a particularly religious person at all. You don't really believe in anything. I, however, I grew up with all that. I grew up in a Catholic home. To me, I thought it was super cool that a prayer was being said as they were about to kill these guys. And not only that, like it was a pretty badass prayer. How did you feel about that? What do you think about? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, it was dope. Like I mean, that's again not being a religious person. It was cool the fact that they did it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean shit to me, obviously, but this it's one of those things where like, hey, they do have their reason, and it's
Yeah.
they are doing for the greater good, for lack of better terms. It's they're doing what they think is right. Um, that's dope, but doesn't mean I have to agree. You know,
Yeah. No. No.
I mean, I'm the same person. Like, let's kill drug dealers anyway. Like, yeah, let's kill drug dealers and just not do it for religious reasons, and like we could just kill bad people. Maybe that's the straight edge in me. I don't know.
But that really ties in what you just said about for the greater good. That really ties into what the priest was saying at the beginning of the movie, that evil flourishes whenever good men do nothing. And so like the whole thing kind of comes full circle because they become the good men doing something about all the evil in the world. But in so far as that, they end up becoming kind of evil themselves because they're going out and killing people whenever they should, be finding a better way.
Yep. And again, we had that conversation about how that stuff was cool, like the reasoning. And you said earlier, we were talking about it before we started about the whole end scene of them talking in front of the courtroom when the dude's on trial or whatever, and very ballsy of them to do that. And obviously, it's a
Yeah.
movie, but
Yeah. That shit will
hell
not work in
knows,
real life.
hell knows what
Well,
else would have
well,
happened.
well, actually, I mean, I'm not encouraging it. I'm not like saying let's break down how it could work at all because we don't want anybody getting any ideas. But considering like some of the stuff that happens out in the world now, like you might be able to pull something like that off. So that's why we need, like to make sure securities and stuff at around places like courthouses, public buildings, just really anywhere is just pretty tight.
Yeah, but we need to take out all the scumbags either way. Um,
Yes, yes.
I hate them. I hate that shit. But no, it was cool. Um, what do you think is the most standout part of the movie for you?
Man, the most standout part of the movie was honestly, it wasn't about what they were doing because you see so many movies like Death Wish, Equalizer, where basically these good men end up doing something about all the evil in the world. That's not really the part that stands out to me in the movie. What stands out to me in the movie is the effect the brothers had on the people around them.
Yeah,
You
that was
know,
pretty cool. Like a lot of
yeah,
their morale and
Rocco gets on board. Rocco gets on board. Smecker gets on board. The cops get on board. They all get on board because they see what they're doing, in their eyes at least, is necessary because these guys are cops. Rocco was basically just a runner for the mafia, and they all got tired of seeing all these guys do all this messed up stuff and then getting away with it.
yeah, true.
So just the relationship that the boys form, even at the beginning, whenever they first get to the precinct, the cops are like, "Oh my God, it's you guys! We love you guys." It's just they form those relationships so easily, and you haven't seen it yet, but that's definitely something that carries over into the second movie.
I
It's
was
pretty
gonna
cool.
ask if that had something to do with the second movie, to like people know that they're all good, and people know that who they are for the most part. Are
Well,
the
man, hey, my Amazon is still on your TV, so you need to watch that movie.
are the cops
And
just okay with them going around and killing people that are bad? I mean, it's a
I'm not
spectrum.
ruining. I'm not ruining that part for you,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
our viewers at home.
We don't have any viewers at home.
Oh well, part of this, like we have like one or two. Gavin, Alyssa, Rachel, what's up, guys? How are you doing? Alyssa, again, thank you for brunch this morning. It was absolutely amazing. Gavin, long time no see, man.
Anybody that's in chat, we were talking. I tried to set up a poll, and I'll probably do it later tonight. It's 11 o'clock right now. What should we watch next? We're gonna do a poll. I think we're gonna pick Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yeah, I'm down.
It's that. What else did we say?
Rachel, what's up, Rachel?
Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Um,
Joker,
Joker.
Boondock Saints 2.
Did we say Boondock Saints 2?
I thought we did. I mean,
Awesome.
hell, we could just
And then the Poughkeepsie tapes, which is what I'm
never
going
seen.
for. Hey, what's up, Rachel? Poughkeepsie tapes is a fucking dope movie. But it's not for the soft person. I would say it's pretty fucked up movie. I love it, but it's also me, and I like horror. I've always liked horror movies, so
I'm soft like a jellyfish. I'll probably hate it.
yeah. And it's one of those movies, man. So I'm excited. Um, Again, though, back to what we were talking about. Fuck me.
Get so distracted.
Yeah. I'm trying to read everything and make sure we're talking to everybody. That sucks.
Rachel, good luck with your microbiology. Just remember, channel your inner what was it? Adam Sandler from Waterboy. Just go tackle your professor.
Yeah, you won't.
No balls.
No balls. But I can't wait to watch the second one. I'm gonna watch it soon. Sooner
Yeah.
rather than later. I want to say that I've seen 3.
Boondock Saints 3?
I think so, on accident.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's not possible since there is no 3.
I thought that was a 3. Then I might have watched 2 on accident.
Okay, maybe.
But I'll have to go back and rewatch and see what I can find. Or see if I remember anything. Because there's certain scenes in this one that I've seen. I know I've seen before. I think it was just like silly clips in other people's movie or videos and stuff like that. There's a few bands that I listen to that actually use clips from the Boondock Saints. So it's really funny. So like the whole firefight scene, like that's actually in a song that I listen to like all the time.
Hell, William Dafoe from the firefight scene where he's kind of like throwing his hands up in the air going crazy. That's become a meme.
No, I can imagine. Him in that whole movie was a fucking meme.
All right, so we may get some backlash for saying this, but can we just talk about how awesome it was? I mean, sorry, not the act itself wasn't awesome, but just for those of you who don't know, William Dafoe plays a gay FBI agent. And the craziest part about all that was the fact that he was playing a gay agent. I don't care. Like, do it all day. Like, it's a movie. You do what you want to do. Like, I don't care about any of that stuff. But to me, what was so crazy about it was he was the only gay dude I've ever seen, like, portrayed like such an aggressive, straight guy. Just so aggressive with everybody. And even to the point where he's in bed with his little lover, and the guy's trying to cuddle with him, and he just slaps him across the face, and the guy's like, I'm just trying to cuddle. And he just looks at him like, I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want to get like us banned from Facebook. But yeah, but it was like, it wasn't so much funny that it happened, but it was just more of just kind of cemented like what kind of character he was.
Yeah, for sure. That made him who he was in the movie. And kind of like, hey, this is who you're working with. This is his character. This is what he's doing. So it's just like putting that in there and getting it.
Let's also talk about the scene where they go, where William Dafoe goes into the church to the confessional to talk to the priest, and the priest was kind of giving him like real advice, but he was also kind of like they didn't want to feed him too much because he didn't want to like encourage the whole you go out and kill people, you be the judge, jury, and executioner. But to me, that was like a huge character development for Dafoe's character.
Well, yeah, I think that's when he realized like everything that they're doing is good, and they need to keep doing whatever that is. I think that was a big spot for him to be like, oh shit, like, yep, this is what we need to do. This is
Well, not only that, it just also just thinking about what kind of skills he would bring also to the table. Like the boys could do all the killing. They were obviously pretty smart because they were doing things in a way that was even confusing Defoe's character. He was just kind of like, what the hell is going on here? Like, he thought at first that they were professionals, but then he kind of realized that they're not. But they were definitely portraying skills
Yeah.
of professionals. And so, like, he could just bring all sorts of resources to the table, and that just kind of really helped sell the movie for me. It just kind of blew me away whenever I first saw it that he actually joined their team.
Yeah. That was cool. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I have so many other questions because of the whole Willem Dafoe and the police and that whole thing. So I can't wait to see how that, like, and again in the next one, I actually sit down and watch it. Seeing what that's about. So it'll be fun.
Oh yeah, I mean, hell, I'm ready to review part two right now. I have both of those memory or movies pretty much memorized in my head.
Yeah, I don't. I feel like I'm missing still so much in the first one.
Mhm.
Because had a wild weekend, getting boozed up, and
Yeah. Boozed up and drugged up, meeting Krillin.
yeah, met Krillin. That was
Yeah.
dope. But yeah, I'm missing a bunch, but and I think my favorite part of the whole movie was the fact that you thought I was disgusted with the whole movie.
Yes.
Because I was just watching, I was paying attention, and I was sitting there just like, just watching hard, and Ben was just like, "Did you even like it?" I was just like, "Yeah." He was like, "You didn't
I
say
could
anything."
not
Because I
tell.
was
I could
watching
not
you, like
tell.
I was fucking watching the movie.
Oh man. All right, we might have to wrap this video up here shortly. Getting some power notifications from these good old headphones I have. I need to get some wired ones like you.
Yeah, these wired ones are stupid. I hate them, but I gotta have them. So, well, I guess I mean, hell, we can stop right here. It's a good 30 minutes in, maybe a little bit less, but you know, good start to the live stuff. We don't ever do this, not in this format like this. This is
No.
actually the first time we've done this. Last time we did the podcast about, or the review, I guess, it was
Last Monday.
Monday and we were sitting right next to each other. This is a little bit different with us away from each other.
Yeah.
Um,
Audio is probably a lot better for people watching.
yeah. And anyone watching that watched the first one, tell us which one you like more. Because I don't know how many people know my background, which a lot of you guys probably don't. Because I think a lot of people in here are for Ben. I have a background in audio engineering. I have microphones all over my house. I can literally set us up in my kitchen at a table, and we can sit there and talk about movies face to face with several cameras on us. Or we can do this. We can do literally whatever. Um, so tell us what you guys think. We might even do that next time where we sit up in my kitchen. You guys sit there and decide, hey, this is which one I like the most and not. So, um, here in the next hour or two, I'm going to be putting together a video from our little event this weekend. Ben really first concert with me. We're going to talk about that. He's already talked about it. So we have that video that'll be working here in the next few hours. I'll be getting that together. Got to get these damn videos from my phone to the computer. It's a pain in the ass. God damn it. Now I know why Audie hates fucking technology. Pain in the ass.
I think you mean Audra.
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 We'll whoop her ass with a fucking pillow too.
Oh man, maybe that should be our next video. We just throw people like we just invite people to one spot and we just have a big old pillow fight.
Yeah, I'll win. I don't need to fuck anybody up.
No, like we'll just blindfold you and we'll tell you that everybody else is getting blindfolded, but we'll all just go attack you.
Yeah. I'm fucking Audie up. She deserves that shit. I'm going for Audie. That's it. Blindfold me, I'll find her. I don't care. I hope she's in here watching this still.
All right, Rachel, you have an awesome night
Yeah,
too.
have an awesome night, guys.
Looking forward to the next one. Kitchen Talk would be nice to see. I agree. Let's do something like that. Definitely. I mean, for those of you,
I could even cook while we do it.
Oh man, hell yeah.
Says, yeah, you're like, hell yeah, you can cook for me, yeah.
Well, that and I was thinking like review another movie, making dinner, talking about what we're making too, and hell, I mean, I guess I'd be the only one drinking it, but hell, I'll make a drink.
We get some people over, have everyone sit around. We can
Have a big old group discussion.
yeah. Ooh, we can be real fucking daring and talk about politics and how no one's gonna agree with me.
Oh, I mean, I think we want to bring people to the podcast, not drive them away. Although I guess I mean, if it breaks out in a fight, we might get like 1 million subscribers in one day.
Yeah, I'll shoot somebody to my house.
But hey guys, look, like like we end every video, this is all just for fun. Like, we're not looking to make money off of this. We definitely just want you guys to be a part of the action. That's why we decided to go live so we can get some interaction. Even though it was only a little bit from like Rachel and a couple other people. It was just great talking to you guys, and yeah, Michael. It's great just hearing some feedback from you guys and just kind of having fun with this. This is what it's all about.
Maybe next time we won't do it so late. I know it's a little bit late for everyone on a Sunday. Do it earlier in the afternoon, get some more. We get some more people in here. Again, like I said, I know it's late, so maybe next time we'll do it a little bit earlier in the afternoon.
For sure. Rachel, I will punch myself in the face right now if you subscribe. Not really. I don't want to mess up the moneymaker.
Yeah, I don't have a moneymaker, so I'm just all fucked
up. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Rachel. And everybody else, good night. You guys have a good night. Anyway, let's sat here and watched us and dealt with us at all.
Yes. Of course, subscribe, share, let us know what you think. And then take part in the poll that's going to be that's going to be up later.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, you guys have a good night.
All right. Later, guys.